Good evening, everyone. My name is Donna Hook. I'm here with my husband, Ken, and we are the co-hosts for tonight's Hook Up with Real Estate Masterclass. We have a super guest tonight, George Wohar, and he is going to be teaching us how to build a successful real estate business in any economy with mobile homes, and I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. I want to share a couple of housekeeping items with you for starters. So just give me a second here. So tonight's replay will end up on our YouTube channel, which is on youtube.com/@hookupwithrealestate. So we encourage you to subscribe there. And we also have a Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups@hookupwithrealestate. So you can stay connected to our community and news over there. Our mission is to provide aspiring and early real estate investors with exceptional education, skills, training, and opportunities to invest in profitable real estate while simultaneously sharing ways to avoid costly mistakes like those we made early on in our real estate journey. And you can read a little bit about that in the book, Real Women in Real Estate. We were fraught with rookie mistakes, and we had 3 failed partnerships. And, it's quite a hectic time, but we're out from the other side of all that. So you can find this book on Amazon for $2.99, or I can ship you a soft cover signed book for $17. Just ding me. Also want to mention my husband Ken is a realtor in northern New Jersey. So if you're ever looking for a home or an investment, you can reach out to him. Now, lastly, just want to point out we have 12 great opportunities this year for our masterclass, and the calendar's here, so you can just do a quick screenshot if you'd like. Typically, we're on the 4th Wednesday of every month at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, except where noted, which in this case is November, December, so we can avoid conflicts with the holidays. Okay. And lastly, I want to mention that we are part of a larger group called the Legends Equity Group, and they provide additional education on Mondays at 7 p.m. called the Rookie Roundtable. So there I am. And that's the founder, Alex. Lovely. Okay. So Ken, would you mind just going over the disclaimer, please?
Yes, we appreciate you attending the Hook Up with Real Estate Masterclass presented by co-host Kenneth and Donna Hook. The content we provide is strictly for educational purposes and not intended as legal, financial, or investment advice. Remember, participation in this program is at your own discretion. Real estate markets are subject to change and can be dynamic. Neither Hook Up with Real Estate nor its representatives will be liable for any outcomes resulting from the information provided. Seek professional advice before making any real estate or investment decisions. By attending, you can consent to this event being recorded and understand that internet security is not absolute.
Okay, and would you mind reading the quote of the day?
Yes, our quote of the day: all truths are easy to understand once they are discovered. The point is to discover them. Yes. Galilei?
Yep. Okay. Galileo, the inventor. All right. So now let me introduce our very special guest. George Wohar is a pioneering real estate entrepreneur dedicated to transforming the affordable housing landscape. Shifting his focus to real estate in 2017, George has made significant strides in making housing more accessible through innovative mobile home solutions. His company stands at the forefront of the market, offering cost-effective housing options, and they have developed an online platform to share knowledge on mobile home investing and flipping strategies. With a background in peak performance, George's approach to business is deeply influenced by his personal development journey. He has undertaken rigorous training with Navy SEALs and participated in Vipassana silent retreats, highlighting his commitment to mental, physical, and emotional resilience. This blend of professional innovation and personal growth underscores George's unique impact in both the affordable housing sector and as a role model of continuous improvement. Please help me welcome George Wohar, who will be speaking on how to build a successful real estate business in any economy with mobile homes, and why everything you think you know about mobile homes is a lie. Stop sharing and spotlight George. Thank you.
What's going on, everyone? So I'm going to dive straight.
We lost you. I don't hear you.
Straight into the recording. Happy to be here. I'm going to dive. Hear me?
I hear.
Okay.
I hear you, George.
All right. I'm going to dive straight into the presentation. It'll be about 20, 25 minutes long. Then after, open to Q&A. So type your questions in as I am going through the presentation, and then we will go from there. I'm going to dive in now. Let's make sure I can share my screen here. Okay.
Yeah, we can see
What
it.
we're going to be going over is recession-proof real estate. How to build a successful real estate business in any economy with mobile homes, and why everything you think about mobile homes is a lie. Now, a little bit about myself here. I specialize in recession-proof real estate, aka affordable housing, which is the mobile home investing industry, or the mobile home industry. I've been mobile home investing since 2017, and I'm the founder and CEO of Momentum Mobile Homes and Mobile Home Success Academy. Here's my different social media channels. You can take a quick picture of this slide, Instagram, TikTok, and our website that we have as well to go through a different one of our trainings. How many of you have heard of the concept of mobile home investing or mobile home flipping? Not very many, as I know, because anytime I do this presentation, or if I'm talking to people and I'm sharing this, speaking in person, many people haven't heard about it. And I'm sure you've heard of Airbnb. I'm sure you've heard of wholesaling. I'm sure you've heard of multifamily, house hacking, different things of that sort. But with mobile home investing and mobile home flipping, very few people hear about this. And if you have heard about it, you've probably heard it by one or two people versus like a plethora of people. Like, how many of you have ever done mobile home investing or looked into doing mobile home investing or mobile home flipping? Very few. This is what I like to share here, is because what we're talking about here is something that's not talked about very often. So again, make sure you're really paying attention. You're dialed in on this presentation. What we're going to be going over is, one, how to create passive income with mobile homes. Number two, why the public perception is a lie and why I love it. Number three, what to love about this asset class. And number four, how to find off-market motivated sellers, step-by-step process to do so. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll dive into a Q&A where you can ask any questions that you have. So just type those questions in if you want. If there's a place to type them in, not ask them at the end. Now, how I got started with mobile homes. It actually all started at the bar in the Rainforest Cafe. Everyone asked me how I got started, so I want to go over this story here. And that's exactly what that bar looks like. So I want you to really have that image in your head when I go through the rest of this story here. The president and the CEO of Think and Grow Rich Institute, and a 7-year-old man worth over $700 million. Now, the president and CEO of Think and Grow Rich Institute is sitting on the right-hand side of me, and the 7-year-old man worth over $700 million, I actually think he was worth over $800 million, was sitting on the left-hand side of me. So just picture that. Picture us sitting at this bar here. I wish we had a photo of it, but we didn't take a photo of it. But if I regret anything in life, it's just looking back and knowing that I didn't take a photo of this this time when we were all sitting at the bar here. Now, the man who was worth over $800 million, he got off of a phone call when we were sitting there. He was on a phone call. I was talking to the CEO who owned the rights to Think and Grow Rich Institute, and this guy got off the phone call. We got an event out in Orlando. He got off a phone call and he said, I was just talking to my real estate broker and I'm selling my mobile home parks for $168 million. I thought, $168 million? Like, this really piqued my interest. I was like, how are you doing this with mobile homes, mobile home parks? Like, I just thought of like trailer trash. Like, that was my only thought on them. And it really piqued my interest and created my commitment. I started asking him questions, and he said, the way that you want, if you want to get started in this industry, and if you pay attention, you listen to what I tell you, I'll teach you. I own over 1,000 mobile homes, and the way for you to do it is get started with mobile homes. So I said, all right, I'm ready to go. I knew I wanted to have a mentor of this caliber in my life. So I was ready to go, and I was ready to take action on everything that he shared. This was back in early 2017. So fast forward a couple months, and this is what happened. My first mobile home deal. The asking price for this deal was $45,000. I ended up purchasing it for $3,500 on June 20th. My expenses total, including purchase price, were $5,832.50. And I sold it for $52,000 on July 28th. So look at those numbers then, okay? They wanted $45,000. I negotiated with them. I ended up getting it for $3,500. Different story how I went about that, but we get a lot of our deals where we negotiate them. They're off-market motivated sellers. They want to get these mobile homes off their hand. It's costing them money in lot rent. This was the nicest home that I got for this price point. As you can see, the very little that I had to put into it. But we are sourcing off-market motivated sellers. This seller lived out of the state. She didn't want to deal with it. She didn't want another winter. She didn't want to continue to pay lot rent. So I continued to negotiate, and I got the price that I wanted for the home. And there were a couple of things that popped up that were wrong with it that she didn't let me know of, where I was able to get the price down. Now, within a month, I sold this mobile home for $52,000. The total after everything was said and done ended up being $55,000, some interest and whatnot tacked on. My profit was $49,167.50 in 28 days. This was my first deal. This happened 60 days after I learned about the industry. Now, the terms, I collected a down payment. I sold this one on seller financing. I collected a down payment of $7,500. I'm already in the green just on their down payment. And then payments of $652 per month for the next, like, I don't know if it was exactly 78 months. It was like 68 to 78 months, $652 per month. Positive cash flow every single month coming in now. Our return on investment was about 1,314%. Now, how this worked, the buyer ended up paying off the home sooner and made 8 payments of $2,110 for a total of 51 payments for $55,000. And how I found it, seller called on a bandit sign. Now, I want you to pay attention to this right here, right? This $652 per month that's coming in every single month, I am not the landlord. I'm not the landlord. I am the bank. I am the lien holder on title. Therefore, they're not calling me for repairs. They're not calling me when anything happens. They're not calling me for these issues. And this return on investment, that's a little off. That number's off. But they're not calling me for issues. This isn't working. This isn't working. For 6 to 7 years, I'm collecting passive cash flow every single month from this deal. So really take that into consideration. You're not the landlord. You're not the maintenance guy. You are the bank. Now, how to create passive cash flow with this business model. You buy low by finding off-market motivated sellers. You sell on seller financing for premium, collecting your all-in costs and the buyer's down payment, and you collect monthly passive cash flow for the next 6 to 7 years. And again, you are the bank. You are not the landlord. An example, let's say this one right here. Asking price was $3,000 in this mobile home. I purchased it for $1,568. Those were the taxes that were owed, so I paid that off. August 17th, I purchased it. Expenses, $5,068. My total all-in costs. We had to do a lot of repairs underneath the mobile home because all the pipes were busted and we didn't know how to do it at that point in time. So it took a lot more time and a lot more expense to do so. And I sold it for $34,000 on September 21st. So a little over 30 days. Terms, I did down payment $5,000. So I was 68 under, but it was a good down payment. And then payments were $372 per month for 78 months. Again, that return on investment is off. What I collected here was a little lower because the lot rent was higher. And in comparison to like two bedroom apartments and different things of that sort, that's the price point that I was able to collect per month. Now, you can also sell your deals for all cash if you're not going about the passive income route. And I'm going to show you another example here. For this specific mobile home that I'm going to be going over, this deal that we did, they were asking $45,000. I purchased this mobile home for $12,000 on March 31st. I purchased it for $12,000. I negotiated. I was able to get the price down. Again, off-market motivated sellers. They want to get these mobile homes off their hand. So we come in and we save the day. We say we can close all cash the next day. Beautiful. We move forward. My total expenses for this mobile home were $37,400. We did a complete renovation on this one. I'm going to show you the photos. I then sold it for $127,000 on June 26th. Terms, all cash. They paid me cash, $127,000 check, but cash essentially $127,000, and my net profit was $88,900. This is the mobile home. This is what it looked like previously. I'm going to show you the photos here. This was the kitchen. This was the inside previously. We then completely renovated it. It only took 26 to 28 days to complete gut job on this mobile home. Like if you're doing gut jobs on single family homes, different things of that sort, it takes a whole lot longer to get that profit as well. You're not even getting those profits. A whole lot more cash is needed to purchase single family homes. You're looking at $300,000 for a single family home. You're looking at 60 days just to close. Then you're looking at, I don't know, 5, 6 months, 7 months in order to close, get all the repairs done and get it off your hands, and then the costs and everything as well, and to sell it. So this is why this is a completely different game here with mobile homes. Now, my first mobile home deal, I could have done a cash option on that one as well. Again, asking price, purchase. This is just an example. I could have sold it for about $25,000, probably $30,000 all cash, and I would have profited, let's say, $19,167.50. That's how it could have worked. I could have bought the home, I could have repaired it and sold it for all cash in like 45 days. It's just an example of how that deal could have worked specifically as well. There's two different options, right? You can sell them on seller financing, or you can sell them for all cash. It all comes down to what your need is. Do you need that cash influx in the beginning so you have more cash in your bank account and you can put into more deals? Awesome. Sell your deals for all cash. Do you just want to collect passive income and you want to sell it for a higher price point? Awesome. Then set it up that way where you're collecting the passive income. And each deal is different. Some deals will sell for all cash. Some deals will sell on seller financing. So it just varies on a deal by deal basis for us now at this point in time. Now, why the public perception is a lie and why I love it. What is your first thought when you think of mobile homes? What's your first thought? Trailer trash, cops, different things of that sort. That was my first thing. This is what people think of, right? Parks that look like this. Now, what the reality is, there are some parks that look like this, but the parks that we work in, the tenants are not trailer trash, and it's not what you see on cops. The parks that we purchase in, they're looking for a 600 credit score minimum typically. Mobile homes are selling for 100K plus in majority of those parks. Sizable down payment we collect to cover our all-in costs. Therefore, they're a lot more committed because we're collecting a nice down payment from them. They don't want to default and lose that. And these are families that don't want to live in apartments any longer. These are families that are like, okay, I actually want to move to something where I have a place to call my own, people that want a home to call their own, and they want yards, and they want somewhere where their kids can be loud and run around and not having someone bang on their door. Apartment prices are just continuously increasing right now. That's the reality. And the apartments for what you can get for the price are getting smaller and smaller. Home prices are insane right now. People are starting to become clear and starting to get real and realizing that mobile homes, like this is a good option. Living in a mobile home park is a good option. People are starting to get rid of that stigma that it's trailer trash and different things of that sort, and they're starting to actually see what is possible. Mobile homes are the last real form of affordable housing left. That's why we see a huge influx, a huge demand at this point in time for mobile homes. And why I love this perception is there's less competition, right? There's so many investors who are doing wholesaling, Airbnb, multifamily, single family, this and that. But with this industry, because there's a stigma around it, there are so many less people who are getting into it. So there's less competition for yourself and for myself. Now, obviously, I'm talking about this business model now. Reason why is because it's more about the mission for myself at this point in time. I'm able to help one family at a time, a few families at a time with my company. But when I help others like yourself get into this business, I'm now able to help you and your family and then thousands of families in the affordable housing industry. And this is what it's all about for me at this point in time. From 2017 to 2022, I kept it my little secret and I didn't talk about it. But at the end of 2022, I realized it's time to really bring this to light. Now, Warren Buffett is a big leader in this industry, and he's really gung-ho for this industry. Clayton Mobile Homes, it's the largest builder of manufactured homes, and that's owned by Berkshire Hathaway. In 2003, for $1.7 billion, he bought it. In 2016, Clayton delivered 42,075 units. 5% of all new American homes were delivered by Clayton Mobile Homes. Sam Zell, rest in peace. He was a billionaire. He's the largest owner, was the largest owner of mobile home parks. These guys know what they're doing. These guys know this industry and why it's a beautiful industry. And what to love about this asset class. Low capital is needed. Majority of my deals, I like to stay under $10,000 for total cost. Like that's like a sweet spot for us. Now we're going on increasing. In the beginning of my business journey in this industry, I always stayed under 10K. I was not coming close to that 10K mark in the beginning of my business model. And if I bought anything for 10K, I was buying it on seller financing. So I was putting down a down payment and monthly payments until I sold it, and then I would pay them off. But right now we're putting in more because we know that we can get higher sales prices and higher returns the more money we put in. But in the beginning, I was not coming close to 10K. And this is still there. We have members in our academy, for example, who are getting deals for free, who are getting deals for $2,000, who are getting deals for these low price points, $3,000. And we're still doing this as well. And then putting a little bit into them. Low competition. So stigma around mobile homes keeps people out. And that's the bottom line. There's very low competition in this industry. Now, let me go back to low capital needed. You're able to find these mobile homes when you know how to source off-market motivated sellers for $5,000 and below. Now, if you're looking online on like Zillow, Realtor.com, different places of that sort, you're going to see the highest priced mobile homes because these are people who are taking the time to put it on the market, realtors who are putting on the market. We go after off-market motivated sellers, and this is how you stay in this range right here. Again, low competition because of the stigma around mobile homes. It keeps people out. Fast transactions. We can purchase in one day. Mobile homes are considered vehicles. They are vehicles. So all you have to do is bring a signed title to the DMV, the MVC, or the title company. It's not this long closing process like single family homes. Like literally what we do is I will look at a mobile home. I will make an offer on it that day or the next day. I will then, if someone's not living in it, I will then purchase it the next day. And I will then get my crew in the next day and we'll get started on it. So within 2 days from seeing it, I have it owned and I'm already getting work started on it. You can't do that in other industries because of the long closing processes and the different things that are drawn out. Fast transactions because mobile homes are in parks are considered vehicles. And fast return on investment. Make your money back within 30 days. You buy and sell, right? Make your money back within 30 days. We're always looking to sell these homes 30 days after we find them. Within 30 days, boom, we get them, sell them, get them, sell them, get them, sell them. Because there's such a huge demand for mobile homes, we're able to do these transactions this fast. And if you're selling on seller financing, like it is that fast or even faster. And all cash deals, if you're looking for a higher price point for all cash, it make a little longer than 30 days, but we're still in that sweet spot. We're looking to sell these things fast. 60 days is usually the maximum, even if it's all cash deals. And you're not held back by real estate markets. You're going direct to seller. So you're not held back by any of the real estate markets, by anything that's happening, by interest rates, by this, by that. You're not held back because we're direct to seller, direct to buyer. I wouldn't have been able to purchase 6 homes in one day. I was able to purchase 6 mobile homes in one day for the price of less than 1 home. In total, that cost me about $60,000 for all 6 mobile homes, which is incredible. How many homes can you buy for that price? Again, what to love about this asset class. There's a huge demand for affordable housing. The demand is there and grows in downtimes. So during recessions, during anything of that sort, the demand is there and it increases. It just goes up and increases in times where people can't sell houses or the economy is going to crash or this is happening or that's happening there. The demand actually goes up for affordable housing because people want to get out of apartments. People can't afford rent. People can't afford buying a home because of interest rates and different things of that sort. So it's incredible to see how the demand just continues to rise. It stays at this nice playing field and then it rises when things, economy and different things happen. This is just an example on one of the mobile homes we listed, and this was a higher price point too, $139,000. 14,860 clicks on this listing. That just goes to show you how the demand is and how it continues to grow. 14,860 clicks, and I believe that was in a week. We were able to get, within a week, that many clicks. This is one of our members in our academy. I'm buying my first home. I started the program first week of April. So we were pretty much exactly at the 1 month mark. So within 1 month, he was able to purchase his first mobile home. Final offer was accepted for $3,500 cash. So we bought it for that price point. I expect to be able to sell the home for around $65,000 with $10K down, with a $10K down payment. So look, he's in the green, able to payment once it's fixed up. I posted a test ad with the unrenovated pictures 2 days ago and have received over 100 Facebook messages. Over 100 Facebook messages within 2 days of an unrenovated mobile home. Does that not show you the demand? And so far, about 20 people have filled out the application form. Now, a lot of resistance to filling out an application for someone who you just see on Marketplace, but 20 people filled it out because of the high demand that we have. That just goes to show you how high the demand actually is. You can create passive income. Another thing I love about this, you are not the bank, or you are the bank. You are not the landlord. So you're creating purely passive income in this industry. And it's simpler than other forms of real estate. The simplicity of mobile homes versus all others, right? I say mobile homes is real estate without the headaches. Again, you compare it to any other industry. Can you close in one day? Is it just a title swap? Working with a buyer and seller, does that happen that fast? No, the transactions and everything else are so difficult and so long. And other forms of real estate like Airbnb, high intensive management that's required on these type of deals. Wholesaling, you're just chasing deals the entire time. If you're renting out a home, you're the landlord, so you have to deal with tenants all the time. If you're even just purchasing a single family home or purchasing another home, like what is the process for that? So it's real estate without the headaches. Then affordable housing. Mobile homes are the last real form of affordable housing. And most buyers can't afford a house and don't want to live in an apartment. They want a place to call their own, yards for their kids, space for their kids. Once the home is paid off, all they're paying is lot rent. So let's say they buy a home for you for $50,000, the price of a car, right? Or less than a lot of cars too. $50,000 they buy a mobile home for you from. Awesome. They have that paid off. Then all they're paying moving forward is like $500, $600, whatever the lot rent is in your area. It varies. It can vary from $200 to $1,200, depending on where you're at, the lot rent. But that's all they're paying now moving forward. That's it every single month. That is affordable housing. Where else can you pay $500, $600 per month to live? You can't. All right. So let's dive into how to find off-market motivated sellers, the step-by-step process. So what you're going to do to find these off-market motivated sellers is you're going to map out your local mobile home park. Within a 2-hour radius, let's map out and get clear on all these mobile home parks. Type in on Google mobile home parks near me. Boom, you start to map them all out. You then get in contact with the park managers and verify that they'll accept flippers. So yourself, you verify. We have specific questions that you ask them in order to verify, is it a park that you want to be working in? And is it a park that they allow you to do your work in? So credit scores, is it an all-age community? Do they allow you just to go in? I'm going to come in and I'm going to work on the mobile home and I'm going to sell it to a park-approved buyer and just laying that down. So you want to verify that they're parks that you can work in. Then you want to meet the managers because you want to build relationships with these managers. These managers are the gatekeepers for these mobile homes. If you build a good enough relationship, and this is what we teach everyone how to do, you become the go-to person for that community. They tell you who's selling. They tell you who passed away. They tell you who's moving. They're telling you who moved to an elderly facility or their kids took over. They tell you who's behind on lot rent. They'll tell you if they have vacant homes inside the community. They're going to be your go-to. So you want to meet these managers and build these relationships with them. Then you want to put up your bandit signs, not inside the community, but on the outside perimeter. We buy mobile homes. Those signs where you say we buy homes, change it up to we buy mobile homes and you stick your phone number on it. Now, people in the community who are thinking about selling, they're going to call your number and see if you're willing and able to purchase their home, or they'll let you know of the home that they have available. Then you're going to make offers, right? You can look on mobile home market or Facebook Marketplace, you look on Zillow and make offers. A lot of the things on Zillow, the homes listed on Zillow, they're not going to be in your price point, but that doesn't mean you can't make offers on them and see, because you never know the motivation level of the seller. And on Facebook Marketplace, reach out to people and make offers on these homes. Go take a look at them and make offers. Another awesome thing that you can do, a couple other things, is you hand out business cards inside the community. You're driving through the community, you hand out your business card. On the back of your business card or on the front of it, we have a referral fee, $200 referral fee. If you refer us to someone who we purchased their mobile home, this is going to give people the reason to keep your business card and build relationships as you're driving through the community. And then send out postcards as well. You send out postcards to people inside the community, boom, you're now in their house. Your face is now in their house. If you have your face in the postcard, you let them know that you buy, they'll keep your postcard. They'll put it somewhere tucked away. And then you drip the postcards every couple of months. And eventually when they're looking to sell, they'll come to you, or they'll reach out to you at least and see if you are looking to purchase their mobile home. This is the process. Follow the process. It's a very simple process. Again, it's very simple, as you can see it laid out here. And once you become that go-to person for these communities, you get the deals. That's how I got those 6 deals one day, because I built relationships with managers. I build relationships inside of these communities. Now, these are just some of our Mobile Home Success Academy members. And just to outline, buying my first mobile home, I'm going to get a 323.53% IRR, assuming I hold the note for 6 years. We receive $663 per month in passive cash flow for the next 6 years. Beautiful. Close on the home, costs about $220 in fees. Stop by the home real quick now, then off to another meeting for another home. I'm happy to share this is my first step in real estate. I have my first home. Within a week of joining us, she was able to purchase this mobile home. We have so many other case studies and testimonials. Now, open any questions. So if you have any questions, type them inside of the chat here, and then I will answer all the questions that we have for you on over here. All right. So any questions at all? I don't see any questions inside of here yet.
I
Um,
got a question.
What do you got for me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I'll pay you a commission to do it for me in LA.
You'll pay me a commission to do it for you?
Yeah.
Thanks. It's not necessarily how we work out here. What we do is like, for example, if we do have members and we'll partner with some of our members, we'll loan money on deals, but we're not doing deals for anyone such that in LA, like I wouldn't be doing, that's not our style, how we go about it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. What areas do you buy in? So I'm in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Arkansas, West Virginia, Minnesota. We're all over the nation now with the deals that we're doing.
so how do you do that from afar? You're in New Jersey. How do you manage them far away?
Yeah, when I first got started, I was not buying in all these different areas. The way that I do it now is I've been able to build the systems, the processes. I have the team, I have the people who are able to do this, flying people out to the different states. So at this point, the systems that we have behind everything are not somewhere where you would start. For the first 3 years, 4 years of business, I did it all local. It was all my local area, boots on the ground. I was able to go to the parks, talk to the managers, visit all the homes, have my contractors on board. So it was all very local. So how I always recommend to start is get started local. If you then decide to scale it to that next level, that's something that can be done with different systems in play. But I do not recommend to do that in the beginning with this business.
Yes, so starting local. So you talked about being able to negotiate a $45,000 mobile home down to like $3,500. So what is your mad negotiating skills that allowed you to do that?
Yeah. So we don't hard press anyone. Like we're not hard selling our services or anything of that sort or purchasing the mobile home. We simply know we source off market motivated sellers. That's our go-to, right? Becoming the go-to person in these communities. And if they have a need, they come to us. And obviously we're showing up in front of them regardless. But for that deal specifically, I'll go over that deal that was 45 down to 3,500. I let her know on the first phone call, the most I can pay is $10,000. That's the most I can pay. If you don't want to hear it, totally cool. You can move on. And she kind of laughed it off and then said, no, thank you. She then called me back and I let her know, I'm here if you ever need me. She called me back 2 weeks later and asked me if the deal was still available. I said yes, because the deal that she had fell through. I said, yes, I need to take a look at the mobile home. I went to take a look at it. I then came back with an offer of $7,500 and she said yes again. Now, the reason why she was saying yes and she's accepting this price point is because it was her mother passed away. This mobile home got passed down to her a year prior to. She's living out of state. She doesn't want to deal with another winter. She's paying lot rent every single month. So it's just became a headache for her at this point in time. I then went back to that mobile home and I went to go turn on the water and the water was shooting out all under the mobile home. One of the pipes, water was busting, the water was shooting out everywhere. The neighbor comes running over and she's like, yes, last winter, there was ice all over my yard. Like it was everywhere. And this is my first mobile home. So I'm like, I don't know what to do now. The water's shooting out everywhere. So I called her back. I'm like, you didn't tell me that the pipe was busted. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I can't buy this mobile home. The most I can buy it for is $3,500. And then she said, okay. She was like, okay, you can have it for that price point. So I purchased the mobile home. I had the handyman come over from the community. He came over, he twisted some things up. I didn't know what was wrong with the pipes, but he just twisted a couple things up and the pipes were fixed. So I gave him $20 and that was good to go with his pipes. And then we did a few things to the home. It was in great condition. We painted it, fixed a couple things here and there, and ended up putting about $2,000 into it and then sold it for $52,000 on payments.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So in terms of fixing it up, are there special things you have to consider when fixing a mobile home versus a regular home?
Not anything special needs to consider. Like the one thing that will stand out that you'll see more of in these homes is soft spots in the floor. Now, very simple to fix, but you'll see more soft spots because the floors get wet. The type of board, like particle board or whatever it's a lot of these mobile homes are made with, it'll get soft and you'll just have to fix those soft spots. Nothing crazy to do. No crazy like things they have to go through in order to do so. But that's something that's not common in typical homes at all. Like you won't find that. But in mobile homes, that's something that you'll find pretty common.
Okay. Now, in terms of so you're finding these homes through motivated sellers, but how are you really finding out of state estate sale sellers? Is that through the same way, through the broker? through
Same
the
processes, yes.
Okay. And then talking about like networking with the park manager. So what is your technique for actually meeting with them initially?
Yeah, so we do that initial phone call, asking them if it's a park seeing if it's a park that we want to do our work in. After we have that initial phone call, then we'll go down to the park. We don't necessarily set a meeting time with them, but we'll go down to the park, have our bandit signs out, and then go there and just meet the manager, talk to the manager, let them feel important, have them feel important, because that's the thing that we all want in this world. We want to feel important, and managers are listening to people complaining in the park all the time. So if we're there, we're listening, we're asking them questions about themselves, we get them to like us. How to Win Friends and Influence People is an amazing book to read in regard to this. But we get them to like us. And once they like you, then you're going to be at the top of their list. When homes are available, when someone passes away, when someone's moving out, they'll call you and let you know what's there. And if you throw them a couple dollars every time they send you a deal, doesn't hurt either.
Okay.
Donna,
So
that's how I bought the 11 condos. Walter was on the board of the condo complex, and he knew everybody. He knew everything about everybody, and I became first in line to get everything.
Yep. Build those relationships.
cool. Hey, Alex, thanks for joining. George was just talking about mobile homes and the benefits of buying mobile home as one of the last affordable type housing in the country. So he's getting a lot of activity through it. So Peter, I know, Pennsylvania is one area that you're looking at. So what do you think about this opportunity?
I took a stab at it last year before. The bandit signs definitely work, and they work more than the regular ones, like for a house. The one deal that it was crazy, like, because you're just dealing with a certain level of people, and the guy was just like, he was behind on his rent. He was definitely on drugs. And then he had like other buyers, but he wasn't telling us, and like it was just a whole thing. But yeah, I took a crack at it. I'm down to do it again. Yeah, I'm down to.
Yeah, and it's a different caliber of sellers in some of these parks, different caliber of people that you're dealing with. So just understanding how to communicate with them, how they're going to be acting, how they're going to be responding to certain things, so you can be in that position of letting them feel like they're in control, and because that's what they want. They want to feel like they're in control, like they're not getting screwed over by someone outside on the outside. So as long as you can let them feel like they're in control, but you're asking the right questions throughout the entire process, that's what's going to give you the edge.
And Peter, I don't know if you heard it, but you said they're all on drugs, and I said, and you said you took a crack at it. I said, nope.
Yeah. Now, Alex, you actually looked at an RV park yesterday, right? A 17 unit in the whole park. Yes, in Henderson.
We're going to be building on 17 acres in Henderson.
Is that Nevada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right outside of Vegas.
So you're building RV homes, mobile homes?
No, we're building a RV storage parking with a gas station with, wash and all the things, because like 30 million RVs go in and out through this area. It goes right to Lake Mead, it goes to Arizona, and we're right off the major highway. So we're going to have food trucks, we're going to have events, things like that. We got 17 acres right there to build.
Oh, that's cool.
Got a property,
Yes.
if you're interested, that you might like.
Who's talking? I can't tell who's talking right now.
Stefan is talking.
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
don't know what's happening with my phone, but I have a property you might like in in Virginia, it's 4 acres, and that the lease will be expiring. I have no idea when, but you could always like tear down the building, put your own mobile home park there, and a gas station. That would be great for you. That would be absolutely great for you.
Alex is in
Maybe.
Nevada, so I don't know how great it will
Yeah,
be for
Virginia,
him.
I'm not sure. And you know, 4 acres, that project will probably be way too small for what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, but appreciate it. Love to take a look at it. If you have somebody that wants to do it, we can fund debt for the build out, anything like that, construction wise.
Donna,
Right.
you have the information. Did Andy send it to you?
Possibly. I don't know if I
All
have
right.
that one. All right,
the
so
best way
anyway,
to
let's
find-
go back to the mobile home.
Yeah, best way to contact me if you have any questions or deals or whatnot. Send me a message on Instagram. That's a great way to find me, George Wohar IV. I can pull that back up here. On Instagram. Let's see where we're at. Share screen.
So do you do anything like storage areas, George, or you're just
No,
flipping?
mobile homes and mobile home parks. That's our go-to.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a lot less competition. So tell us a little bit
mobile
about your
homes.
training. What's involved in your training?
Yeah, so we have the Mobile Home Success Academy. It's just in-depth A through Z how to build a mobile home business. So we take you through everything. We have video series training. It's results based. So every single video, there's a specific action step that you're going through. How to source your deals, how to source your leads, everything step by step. We have the scripts, all the scripts that you need for conversations, like as we were just going over. Dealing with mobile home sellers and whatnot, it's a little different. So we have the scripts on how to communicate properly, scripts to talking to the managers, scripts for buying, selling, the negotiation scripts that we have in there, all the contracts that you need for buying and selling mobile homes as well. We have a complete breakdown of everything inside of our training. And then we also do deal reviews with our members inside of our training, different things of that sort. So it's just a complete breakdown of it all.
Okay. So the interesting thing that you said earlier is that you can buy a mobile home and just go right to DMV the next day. That's way different than a regular
Title, yeah,
house.
just like a car.
So what about the like the, I don't think that, do they call it HOA fees or they call it lot fees? What,
Yeah, so it's lot rent.
lot rent? So how do you, like, if you're acquiring someone else's mobile home, do you get to keep the same lot rent, or does the property park charge you different rents?
Yeah, so lot rent, they'll typically increase the lot rent once per year. So sometimes they'll increase it once per year. Sometimes they won't increase it at all that year, depending on who the owners are. But it'll typically go up like, and there is no typical number, but $25, $50 per year in lot rent. So they're not increasing it as soon as you take over the home.
Okay. And Ken, you were showing a mobile home last weekend. So what do you know about mobile home parks?
Well, actually, there's a mobile home park like right around like within half a mile, and I'm actually there's one for sale, and I'm actually sitting an open house there this coming weekend. Yeah, and they have a lot rent there, and but their prices are substantially higher than but the owner there has to interview the people who are even buying. They have to approve who's even buying the
Yes,
trailer.
everyone has to be approved by the community.
So they're pretty I would say that's pretty strict where
No,
they're that
all communities have to approve. They approve the buyer, so they'll do a background check, credit check, all that good stuff.
okay.
Now, if you're going in a park where they don't do that, be careful, because that means that they're not really on top of it. Reason they do that is because these people are paying lot rent in their park indefinitely. They're moving to their community, so they want to make sure that they're going to be paying the lot rent on time.
Okay, so I guess that's a good thing then.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Good.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the park is doing it and you're not having to screen, right?
Yeah, they're doing
Or
all the
do you
screening
still
for you.
Yeah.
screen at all?
Yeah.
For the most part, if I know that it's a quality park and I know that they do their great background checks or screening checks, I just let them do it.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yes.
So let's see what else other questions we have. So you did a silent retreat. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I did a 10-day silent retreat. I always go after things that are just gonna give me that edge. 10-day silent retreat, 53-hour trainings with the Navy SEALs. I just got back from this thing called Ice Camp a couple days ago. I've done a plethora of things in this area. It's all about growth. Becoming the greatest version of myself is what I'm after. And it just gives me the ability to have that edge in business and everything else that I do. So I'm just always going after these different type of events and activities.
That's awesome.
I took the swimming test for the Navy SEALs
There you go.
when I was in the military. So
Nice.
passed it, but I didn't pursue it. So I didn't want to be blowing up bombs. So it wasn't something I was interested in.
That's on
So
your path. I got you.
yeah.
So if you're making an offer, let's say you're making an offer, and they're not coming down the way that you feel they should, what how are you negotiating a little more? Are you
Yeah,
just
so we
walking
just want to,
away?
if there's wiggle room in the deal and we know that we can purchase for X price and sell it for the price that we want and make the return that we want in the deal, then we'll go up a little bit. But if they're just not coming down to the price that we want, then we just let that deal go. There's plenty of deals out there. So I'm not holding someone to it and like, you have to sell it to me. Let them know. We'll circle back in a week or two. A lot of times sellers aren't marketing their homes correctly. Now, if you see them listed on like Zillow and different things of that sort, like and it's the higher price points, like those typically aren't the homes that you're going to be purchasing. But a lot of sellers won't market their homes properly. They're not showing the homes, they're not doing anything of that sort. So eventually it usually doesn't sell on their end because they're just not marketing correctly. And then they'll circle back to us within a week, 2 weeks or whatnot, if they're motivated. And then they end up coming back to us and we purchase the deal. But we're not forcing them, like twisting their arm. You have to sell it to me.
All right, so you're going in with a set price in your mind, like this is the max we could pay for it, and
Correct.
give them the option to buy or not buy, and then they'll come
So
back around if they're a motivated seller.
Correct.
And that happens frequently for you?
Yeah. I mean, we have deals. Yeah, that happens frequently. That's usually our go-to. For example, one of our members, he offered $12,000 on a mobile home. He offered $4,000. They wanted $12,000. He then came back to him with $8,000, and then he ended up getting the mobile home for free. They didn't want to pay lot rent anymore, and they realized that they didn't need the money for their insurance that they thought they needed it for. So then he was able to get that mobile home for free. But we're not twisting anyone's arm. We're just letting them know what we can pay, where we're at, that we are investors. So we're not paying what an end user would pay. And if they come back to us because they can't sell it, awesome.
And what do you see as the turnaround time for most of these properties?
In regard
Like,
to purchase to sell or purchase and get the work done?
Well, go through both.
Yeah, so we like to have them purchased and sold within 45 days is our ideal time frame. By that time frame, purchased and sold. If we're selling for all cash, about 45 days. When it comes to getting work done to it, I mean, I have a double wide, 1,400 square feet. We gutted the entire thing. All that work was done in 24 days, I believe it was. So these they move fast. It's very simple. The outline of these mobile homes, the framework of them, getting the work done inside of them. So you can if you have a crew in there, you can get the work done very fast.
So they need like standard plumbers, like, you would in your house, license. Is there a whole
Correct.
licensing?
It depends. It all depends with what you're getting done in and the permits and whatnot. Now, again, even in single family homes, sometimes people use people who aren't licensed if you don't need permits. So it all just kind of comes down to what exactly you need. If you need to get permits, then usually licensed. Other than that, it's always recommended to get people who are licensed, but we get away. Sometimes we'll use handymen that aren't necessarily licensed for certain things, but if we're doing like electric and plumbing, things that need licensed person, then we'll use them.
Okay. So you actually need a permit to revamp an inside of a mobile home?
It depends, township and whatnot. Typically the outside, permits if you're getting it, it's a vacant mobile home and you're getting everything turned on and put in play and whatnot. But inside of mobile homes, it varies. They're considered vehicles, so you don't always need a permit to do them. Outside, you typically need permits if you're doing like a new roof or something, but not always.
Okay. So do you ever have to move the mobile home, like since they are mobile?
Yeah, we
Or-
have moved mobile homes. That's another business model that you can do, is like there's a lot of mobile homes that have to be moved, and you can move them into a park. You negotiate with the park manager. You'll see what their incentives are. Sometimes the park will pay for the move, which costs $5,000 to $10,000 because they want their lots filled. The more homes that they have, the more cash flow that they're receiving every single month, the higher their NOI is inside the park, their net operating income. So sometimes they'll pay for it.
Oh, okay. So it's about negotiation.
Correct.
And are you finding like newer mobile home parks being built, or are you finding just
Very
older?
rare for mobile home parks to be built. People don't
Okay.
like mobile homes inside of their towns. You're not paying taxes, so townships don't love it at all. So it's very rare for new mobile home parks to be built.
Okay. And
When
is there
when renovating them, are they consistent with renovating a home?
As
Like
in,
the structure of them, or is it
they're a lot
totally
simpler. I have contractors walk into these mobile homes and they're like, "This looks like a movie set." Like the simplicity of it. So it's just a lot simpler than a home. It's just that one floor plan. A lot of them have the same. They'll have the same floor plans. So, for example, if we're buying, let's say, 10 mobile homes, we can get all the same material, have it sitting in one, and just knock out all 10 of them.
okay?
And so in terms of the exterior, do you have to do like the landscaping to make it look pretty? And
Yeah, you can. It just depends on your area, what the market demands and whatnot. And we've sold mobile homes that just got moved onto a lot and just all dirt in the yard. It just depends on how much you want to beautify it and if it makes sense in that specific market.
okay. But it may or may not be required.
Yeah. May or may not make sense.
Yeah. Now in terms of the marketing that you do, you were saying that one person got so many hits, 10,000 clicks or something. So are you just doing like Facebook ads, or how are you actually marketing?
Yeah,
these
just
things?
Facebook Marketplace is the way that we sell them. Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, those are our two go-to sources for selling it. And Facebook Marketplace, you get a lot of hits on there when it comes to selling mobile homes. There's a lot of people who are looking. And that was from Facebook Marketplace, that example that I showed.
Okay. Any Craigslist? Or that's not
Craigslist, you
really.
can. Craigslist is hit and miss,
Yeah. Got
but
you.
you can post it up there as well if it's not selling anywhere else.
So, if you're looking, let's say 2 hours from where you live, are there that many mobile home parks in southern Jersey? I don't know. I know
Yeah,
of
I mean,
one we have
it's
here.
getting clear on there's more than you would think. So any area that you're in, you typically think, oh, there's not many mobile home parks around me. Look in a 2 hour radius, and there's more than what you would expect. So that's what we always have everyone do to begin. It's like you're looking for this 2 hour radius. What are all the parks within a 2 hour radius of me?
Okay. That's pretty standard. I mean, even they teach that for multifamily. Look in your backyard within 2 hours.
Yes.
That was a Rod Fleet thing. Okay. So in terms of just talking to a seller, I know are you calling them cold, or they're responding to your postcard, or
Yeah,
you're
they'll
doing
contact
both?
us. It all varies. They'll contact us. We'll reach out to them if it's on like Marketplace and get a call scheduled in. If it's listed on Zillow or something, and we're gonna negotiate that deal, we'll call them off of Zillow. So it just depends on where they're coming from. But or if the manager says, "Hey, this person's selling, here's their number," we'll call them based on the manager giving us the number. So it just varies on what angle that we're coming from. Sometimes they'll call us. Sometimes we'll call them.
Okay. And so what's on your, what'd you call it? Some kind of card. I guess it's that thing you stick in the ground that has your phone number.
Yeah. So it just says "We Buy Mobile Homes" bandit sign. We buy mobile homes, and then phone number on it.
Bandit sign. Okay. And the mobile home park manager lets you put it on their lot usually?
No, we're not
or
putting
you,
it inside the communities. We're putting it on the outside. So like streets that are leading up to the park, near stop signs, near like major stores in the area. Like if there's a Walmart or something in the town, we're putting it there. You're not putting them inside the community. They wouldn't like that. Unless you get
Okay.
permission, don't do that.
Got it. Um, So
Yeah, and again, you can find me on, what was that? Any other questions?
yeah, I just I mean, going back to your mentor, so he taught you how to communicate and buy and sell mobile homes, or did he stay in your life, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, he would just pretty much oversee everything that I was doing in the beginning process. He didn't live near me at all, but he was just overseeing. I'd ask him questions, and then I'd figure things out on my own as well, and just continue to compile different things that I was learning from him and from other resources, and piece it all together, and was able to just continue to build, and just through experience, getting clear on this worked, this didn't work, and continuously piecing that together.
Got you. All right. Ken, you have any other questions you want to ask?
No, yeah, actually one did come to mind. Now, did you actually do the rehab work yourself when you first started, or do you have other people do it?
Other people do it. The most I ever did is on my first home, I painted one wall, and other than that, I was like, all right, this isn't for me. So I'd have other people do it.
Okay.
All right. Stefan, any other questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure listening to you.
My pleasure.
Peter?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, and Alex, any questions for you?
No, this is cool. Good to learn about this industry.
Yeah. All right. So George's website is mobilehomesuccess.com and /training. And he's on Instagram, George Wohar IV, and TikTok, George Wohar IV, which is 4 in Roman numerals. Okay.
George, what is the cost to take your program? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, we have different price points for training, and depending on like what would be a good placement for you. So if you did schedule a call, got on a phone call, it'd be myself or someone else, just going over the different categories that we have and seeing where you're at that point in time to see which one would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you're still working full time, like, does any of this make sense, or do you really need a full time?
Yeah, no, we have, I would say majority of people who join us are working full time, and they start it as their side hustle to be able to quit their jobs, and then they make their way into here. They sell their first couple mobile homes all cash. Then they have that cushion to be able to leave their jobs if they do so right away, or they'll wait 6 months, 12 months to do so, and just can until they see like proof of concept. After they do 2, 3, then they start doing more. And then once they sell their fourth or fifth mobile home, and they're like, all right, I made double what I made in my job. Now it's time to leave, and then go all in.
Sounds cool. So just to switch gears to your personal development. So what has been the most impactful personal development for you?
I would just say everything. It's just been a journey. It's been a long journey over the past 10 years of doing so, being deep into personal development and going through everything that I've gone through. So everything just continues to piece together. I'm always looking to challenge myself and take it to the next level every single step of the way, from, as mentioned, the different things that I've done. It's just all been a combination, all been just different levels of growth. So I couldn't necessarily pinpoint any one thing, just been over time, just boom, one thing after the next.
All right. Well, for aspiring and early real estate investors, what would you recommend from a personal growth point of view?
From personal growth point of view, I mean, starting with the basics, books like Think and Grow Rich is a great one to get started with. It just helps you really shape your mindset and shift your mind and have this understanding of like what's actually possible and how our mind works, and how to quote unquote recalibrate yourself. That was one of the books that I started with. Incredible book to start with. So I'd recommend that for starters.
All right, cool. Well, I don't want to belabor this if there's no other questions. I do thank you so much for your time. This was great, real education for us. And I appreciate you being here and all of you
for
being
having me
here.
on. If you guys have any questions at all, make sure you can send me a message on Instagram. Reach out there. That'll be the best place to reach out, and we'll answer your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night, everyone. We'll be posting this recording on YouTube at Hook Up with Real Estate. I mean, yeah, / @ Hook Up with Real Estate. So, oh, hey, Felix, I didn't see you there. Are you, so Stefan, what are you doing with your property? Are you, did it sell? The other one
I
sell?
sold the medical bill. Yeah, did.
Mhm.
And I'm working on, where am I here? I'm
Oh,
trying to
wait, let
figure
me
out
stop the
those
recording.
applications.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.